So let me start by thanking Wrestlingmindset for sponsoring the Ohio Regional Training Center. We're grateful. They obviously do a great job in the community with really helping young people just deal with some of the reality of the stresses in the sport and how to become the best version of them. So thanks a lot to you guys. Interesting that today is the day when two Americans just won the World Championships today, and last night we won others. So David Taylor won. My recommendation is to, if you're a wrestler out there or in any sport, coaching or competing in, listen to what they say in their exit interviews after their wins or some of their losses, right? Or some of them, Burroughs, for example, was third, but listen to his mindset even though he was third. Taylor won last night, and we just had 2 gold medalists in the last hour. We had Dake and Cox both win, and Kyle's getting ready to fight for world championship tomorrow night. So the focus is mindset and how incredibly important it is. And I think we're all used to, we're accustomed to getting uncomfortable physically, right? That has always made sense to us, right? The more bicep curls, the more hills you run, the more minutes you wrestle, getting uncomfortable and learning how to deal with that is really important. The longer you can deal with discomfort and focus, that's critically important. That is a differentiator. The ones that we've coached here and been around that climb the highest, they can deal with being uncomfortable at a high level because they remain focused. So they can stay in the moment. When the pressure's on, they're up by 1, they're down by 2, they're tired, but they've trained themselves. It's a trained mental focus to be able to do that. And how do you do that? Well, first and foremost, practice has to be sacred. There should be no difference between your practice training and your competition. So you have to trick yourself, if that's what you need to do, into focusing in a training session like it's competition. There are some tricks that we can talk about in later weeks. So first and foremost is that to really make practice sacred. It's not a time to be late. Be there early, stay late. When you're wrestling somebody in practice, treat it as though, although it's a learning experience, your mindset is really honed in on the positions you're great at. Something else that's really important is this, and the focus is simply on being the best version of you. Right? We've all wrestled matches where we've come off the mat and won and been disappointed. Right? If that's what's happened, there's a reason. And the reason why is we just weren't the best version of us. So what we can't allow our brains to do is to get overly wrapped up in anything that we can't control. That takes practice. The other thing that's important is to be real about it. Hey, this is a big match, right? Don't make it not a big match. It is a big match, and here are some of the things. Look, the reality is that there's always a chance that we can lose, right? So we focus on the positive. We stay honed in on the things that we can control. So to close, I think it's invaluable that first that your practice and your competition, there should be there should be no difference between the two in terms of how you approach them. You want to be honed in. You want to take yourself to a place that's uncomfortable. You're going to be uncomfortable in competition, and the more times you can get yourself uncomfortable in practice and manage it, it strengthens your mind. Control the things you can and control your thoughts. And the last time I spoke about being the landlord of your mind, that is critically important. Negative thoughts, listen, we're human beings. Negative thoughts are going to come in. You got to put a wall up, and again, focus on things that build you up, uplift you. So thanks for all of those of you that are supporting our Olympic Training Center here in Columbus, Ohio. Thanks to Wrestlingmindset. And let's go, Kyle, tomorrow night. You can watch him. It'll be tomorrow afternoon at some point. I'm not sure when the finals are, maybe 1-ish, one or two. So he's on trying to win his 4th straight world championship. That hasn't been done in a long time. He's got a really tough opponent in Sadulaev. But I can tell you what Kyle's doing. I know what Kyle's doing. Kyle's reading scripture. He's connecting himself to something greater. And he's going to lean on his training and his mindset. So thanks.